Right, grand final rematch. How are you feeling?
Yeah, super excited. I think, we versed them in round one, and now we get the opportunity to go again this season, which is really exciting for a group who I guess started the season not the way we wanted. So it's a great opportunity for us as a collective, and I think AFLW finals is going to be a special one this year.
How important is that double chance for you guys?
I guess over the past couple of years, when we've had finals, I think in the first couple of years you just finish where you did and you played the grand final, but the double chance is really important. It means that you only have to potentially win 3 games and not the 4, and I think just that, hopefully we get the job done on Friday nights. It's going to be an epic battle, and it's going to be really hard, and we're going to have to be at our best. But if we were to win, you get that week off. As you can imagine, there's a few girls carrying injuries, and a week off would be great. So, but we've got to get the job done. But that's kind of, that's the beauty of having the double chance and having the ability to go straight through to a prelim.
How different are you to round one?
Yeah, I think we've grown incredibly. As you can imagine, round one was a little while ago now, and I guess with the personal change, through the trade period and whatnot, it was our first game playing together. I think we had maybe 5 or 6 changes since our last team, which played in the grand final last season. So I think, having 10 games into some of the girls that haven't played many games, I think, Abby Ballard played only a handful of games last season, and she's played every one this season. So just the depth that we've been able to show throughout. We've had a couple of injuries and we've had girls step up, but I think we've improved a lot, but we're still not really playing our best footy, but Doc likes to think that we do that in finals, so hopefully we can put a really good show on Friday night.
Now that you're settled then compared to round one where there was so much change, is that game irrelevant, or is it still worth looking back on and seeing what went wrong for you guys back then?
I think, it's actually probably really relevant just in terms of what we really didn't do well in round one, and it was probably just around our contest method. And I feel like, like I said, you speak of the likes of Abby Ballard, T. Charlton just having more midfield minutes, and even our backline's completely different. Having the likes of Hannah Button come in to that line, and MJ hasn't been playing. We've seen, Chelsea Biddell step up and Zoe Prowse come in last week. I mean, I could list them off just because the dynamic of the team has changed a lot. But we will look at it and review it just because, I think it's important, and we didn't get that round one right, but hopefully we can get this final right. But in saying that, I can imagine, and I know that Melbourne have improved significantly since round one as well. So, it's a bit of both, because they've had 10 rounds to really find their mojo as well.
I know Melbourne have played a lot of finals as well, but how beneficial is it for you and for the group to be, so finals hardened over the last couple of years? Like, you've played so many finals games.
Yeah, I think it's really important, and you see throughout all sports just the experience that we've had within this group. And I think we were speaking about it this morning, but we potentially might have 4 or 5 girls who have never played in a final. So we've had about 5 of us that have played in a handful over the past few years, and then we're going to have some girls have the opportunity to play their first. And I think what we've done pretty well over the past few years is shared our experiences prior to the finals week, and if we can help those girls embrace the finals for what it is and really just stick to what they know, it always helps. And experience is really important, and we're pretty lucky to have a bit of that.
Can you explain Doc's philosophy again?
Doc's philosophy?
Yeah, you sort of got cut off. He said Doc's got a philosophy about the double chance.
Yeah, so just having the ability to finish in the top 4 means you potentially only have to win 3 games, because if you are in the bottom of the top 8, you have to win a elimination final, then a semi, then a prelim, and then a grand final. So that's 4 wins. Whereas if you finish top 8, you have the potential of winning your first final, going straight through to a prelim, and then potentially winning the grand final. So I think just, it takes the risk away, but I like it because, it makes you just want to win. Not that we wouldn't want to win, but it just, it's 3 wins instead of 4.
And do you reckon Chelsea is a chance?
Yeah, absolutely. Randy will give herself every chance to play, and that will probably, fizzle out probably at the pointy end of the week. But as a footy club and Doc will give her every chance to get up, and hopefully she does. And if she doesn't, we've seen over the past couple of weeks we've been able to get it done. But there's no hiding behind the fact that she's a pretty important player. Not only a player, but our courageous captain. So we're hopeful she'll get up, but we'll have to wait and see for that because.
Yeah, sorry, that was my next question. Was how much confidence have you built in the last couple of weeks without her knowing you've been able to play pretty well and you missed it?
Yeah, I think just for our back line as well, just over the course of the season, I think you've seen Chelsea play a lot of back over the years, and we've probably relied on her a lot to play that, centre-half back role, which she is one of the best in the game, but we've seen her go forward a lot this year. And just when she's not playing, it just gives people opportunity to have to be as courageous as Randy or, do what she used to do. But yeah, she's significant probably in our forward line this season, but just having her not play, it sucks because we want her playing, but it does provide an opportunity for girls to step up, and then they continue to step up even more so when she's back in the team, and it just makes us a better team.
If Chelsea doesn't get up this week, how important would a win against Melbourne be to kind of give her that extra week to recover?
Yeah, I think any week off for any player in a 10-week season, as well as playing a full season only a couple of months ago, I think would be up to over 25 games within the year, if not probably more. A rest would be great, but we're kind of not looking at it like that because we've got a job to get done, and we are hopeful that she gets up. But she's done a mountain of work over the past fortnight, as you can imagine. It's disappointing that she's not playing, but that's footy and that's life, and she handles it like a champ, and always makes us proud whatever she's doing. I think if she gets up, she gets up. If she doesn't, she doesn't, and the strength and conditioning staff and Doc will just roll on like it is because it's kind of an uncontrollable.
How insane would it be for you guys to win 2 flags in a season? Like, what legacy does that leave for you guys?
2 flags in like 6 months.
I know it sounds cliche, but we've got a massive job against Melbourne, and we've always had good battles, and I think we haven't spoken about that. We've just spoken about where we'll be Friday night against Icon Park, and we know how hungry Melbourne are. After, losing a prelim a couple of years ago, losing, a grand final last year. So, as you can imagine, their fire in their belly is high, but our fire is also very high as well, and we're a competitive bunch, but also we know how hard it is to win a premiership, and it's bloody hard, and it takes a lot. And now with this new finals series and the format that it is, it's a little while away, and we've got plenty of work to get done and plenty of games to win to even think about that.
How do you maintain hunger? Like, for someone like you and half the team that's just won it every other year, and you've had such successful AFLW careers, and you come up against teams that they're scrapping just to play, in their first finals game. How do you guys manage to show up and be as hungry as you might have been in that first one all those years ago?
Yeah, it's a good question because, like you say, there is, other teams that are hungry for their first, and we need to, keep that hunger up because, you come up against like heavy-spirited teams that just want to get one themselves. But for us, it's never been out of the picture. We've always come into pre-season, no matter what our turnaround or how young our girls have been drafted, like we're here to win premierships. And I think that's probably just been driven from day dot, that we're here to be, we want to be the most successful AFLW team that there has been, and that requires a lot of hard work, not only from the players but all our support staff as well as the footy club. But I think if you play elite sport at the highest level, you want to be there on the last day of the season, and you want to be holding up the big shiny cup. And like I said before, like it's so hard to get one, but we love hard work here, and we're just always driven to make sure that we are the best. But it's hard to be the best, so we'll just keep grinding away and striving to be the best along the way.
Can you share a couple of thoughts about Danielle Ponter? Some of the stuff that she has done in recent weeks has been outstanding. Yeah,
she's an absolute superstar. X Factor just does things that others cannot, and you can't teach that. It's just natural flair. And yeah, she had an injury early on in the season, and I think with Erin going out of the team, I think she really saw an opportunity to really stand up and pick those moments. And yeah, unfortunately she got injured mid-season, but I think now a couple of games in and she's, getting that match fitness back, and she's just, winning us games. Like, we picked her up a few years, and she's, won games for us for many of years, but I think she's really starting to, I guess, own opportunities when they're there, and she doesn't second question herself, and she's putting on a real good show for us as teammates, but I'm sure as from the wider supporters as well.